Hello and welcome to class. I'll be your instructor, Phil Sweezy. What I want to walk through in this installment is just the basic functions and features of Moodle and how you can kind of get accustomed to the course layout. I'm going to preface by saying if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me via email at philip.sweezy@nbed.mb.ca. You are given my email when you enrolled in this course, and you can also find it on the introductory page in the top right. But let's start by getting enrolled. So we're already into our Moodle site, and we're just going to go to the course. We're going to scroll down to the teacher in the class that we're in. Click on Phil Sweezy. And there's different enrollment options. We can use self-enrollment or guest access. And this one, let's just do the self-enrollment student. And that's going to get us started. Okay. Now, one of the things you'll notice about Moodle is it's not like typical sites you're on in terms of the flashy sort of graphics and whatnot. What it is, though, is extremely powerful in its functionality. And you'll notice that there are 3 different sections. Most Moodle pages have 3. There are some formats that only have 2, with a main section and 1 sidebar. But I prefer using, and most Moodle administrators would prefer to use the one with 2 sidebars, as it gives you more notification. Once you become accustomed with Moodle, you're going to start to like this a lot more. I'm going to start just by telling you, right along the top here is just kind of the breakdown of the courses. So we're in the actual My Courses, we're walking through here, and this is just like the tree structure. The final one being the course. So if you want to go back out and look at other courses, you can use that and get to that right from here. If you want to change the language, you can automatically change it using this little drop-down menu here, and that will change for you once you select the language that you prefer. Now, I've put an introductory message over here on the right. And essentially what this is a YouTube piece that will play and be embedded right on the page, just to get you accustomed to who I am and provide you some contact information for me. Looking at the top left-hand side, you're going to see the upcoming events. And this is one of the main blocks that you should probably become familiar with, as if you want to make sure that you're on time with due dates, this is the one to go to. You can even go to the calendar directly from here. And what's going to do is break down things into the assignments that are upcoming, as well as you can take a look down the right-hand side and see the upcoming months and any things that are potentially due, or any lessons that may be, or discussions that need to be done. You'll see all the different highlighted ones are the ones with assignments on them, or with some sort of learning event or activity. So in this case, there's a research proposal that is due next Friday. And if I want to take a look at that one in depth, I can just click on that link right there in the calendar, and it's going to take me to that specific assignment. So all I have to do is click on that. Then I can add a submission and submit my paper that way. So let's just walk through that process. I've clicked on the Add Submission button. And now it's going to take me to a section of the Moodle site for me, where I'll be handing things in. Now the teacher can control how many times you submit things. They can control the amount of feedback. They can inform you that there's a rubric to be used. They can also allow you to add multiple different documents in one submission. The customizable nature of Moodle is what makes it so powerful, and in doing so, allows you to do robust projects and enable you to hand them all in as one big collection. So that's just the submission part. Okay, once I've clicked on submit, you'll notice that I can drag and drop, so I can pull up any document that I have and throw that in here. So let's just say I want to throw what is MYP. There are file size limits. That was a movie, so obviously it's going to be a bit too big, but all I have to do is drag and drop, or I can add files by clicking on that icon and go to upload a file. And then this is going to take me to the native uploading feature for your PC, Mac, or whatever it is that you use. And then you can just click on whatever you want, hit open, and then that's going to upload for you. Okay. Click on upload this file, and we're done. You'll also notice in this instance what we can do. Let's just cancel that for a second. Is we can also add submissions from our Dropbox. So if you have a Dropbox account and you do your work via Dropbox, feel free to use this feature right here. All you have to do is log in, and then you'll be able to access your files to bring in. But we don't need to go through that. I would suggest just dragging and dropping or uploading it via this icon here. That'd be perfect for you. So now we're in the middle of the research proposal submission. How do we get out of here? If we've submitted something, and let's just try that, what comes up next? Let's put in this document here. And then we'll hit Save Changes. Now you'll see that it'll give you the fact that it was done with time remaining. It'll also indicate if it's late, and that will be stamped on your document so the teacher will know. And it'll also let you know whether or not it's been graded by the teacher. And you can additionally edit your submission and resubmit if you would like. However, you do that after the due date, it will notify the instructor that that has been done. So you can't try and get around any sort of late submissions via putting up a half-done document first. Not that anyone would do that. So let's just go back to our course. Now remember, as I was saying, we have this sort of hierarchy here where I can go back to the main page and not have to hit the back button a number of times. So just get accustomed to using that, because it's going to make your life a lot easier when you get somewhere and you want to get out of it. Scroll to the top. This is your best friend. Okay? Now, you'll notice on this page that there's a news forum. Now, the first discussion, I created a link to it, so it's sitting here. Not all of them will be like that, but I put that there because this is the first time you're using this course, and I wanted to make it easier for you. But if you want to get to the news forum and get to the first activity, just click on that, and you'll see the first discussion has been created here. There's a second discussion that was created. And this is essentially where I'm going to be posting announcements. And it's on a discussion board, which will allow you to ask questions on this news forum. And you'll also notice that because it is the news forum, it's also going to show up here on the side in your latest news. So just get accustomed to coming up here or checking here in latest news to see if there's any announcements for the upcoming week or anything that might be due. Okay? But let's just go take a look at that for a second. Go to the Introduce Yourself, and you'll see that the first activity is basically getting you to look at an online campaign and start to make an honest evaluation of that online campaign. This was a crowdsourcing / crowdfunding video that was done last year in order for these guys to get their entrepreneurial idea started. This is a non-profit example, but a good example nonetheless. So once we've completed that, we can take a look at the rest of the sections here. And you'll see that if you want, and you want to get used to the Moodle key terms and basic structure and features, and you find this video didn't do enough, you can click on these links here. A little pop-up window will open up. I'll take you to the Moodle site, and these links here have more than in-depth information on Moodle, how it works. Don't get lost and do too many clicks from this point. Just read this basic structure here. If this doesn't answer any questions, then feel free to email me. When it comes to doing an activity, there are sometimes certain things that I've put in place where for the completion of that activity, you have to complete certain things like post a discussion or post a discussion and a reply, and then it will mark it as completed. In other circumstances, you can just click on these boxes here and check them off as completed as you wish. And that's going to signify that, to me, that you've completed that because there is a certain amount of information that is given to me via tracking your progress through. So please get accustomed to checking things off as you've seen them. And some of them I'm using the honor code, and other ones I've forced you to complete a specific activity before it marks itself off. And in doing so, forces you guys to really engage in the material. You'll notice that right now this one is highlighted in blue. It's the current section. We're starting it out. Next class, when we come in, we're going to start to get into the introduction to the first unit, and then this one will be the one highlighted in blue. That way you'll know whether or not you're on track in this course. I know you're busy, I know you have other courses, so to make this easier on you, I've always highlighted the current section that I will be teaching. The way this is laid out, as I've done things with pop-up windows, so the introduction is going to pop up here. You can get an idea of that, start to read through it, what's expected of you. The reason why I did pop-up windows is just so that you can keep the main page open with all the notifications and message boards that you may want to access, but you still have this little pop-up here available so that you can reference this while you're working on other items on the Moodle page. Feel free to let me know if this is something that works for you. We can try something else, but for now this is something that I found to be a beneficial format for using Moodle. Coming down, you'll see you can take a look at each of these sections. If there's something I don't want you to see, I can hide that, and it's just not going to show up for you. In this instance, I've given you the full unit to give you an idea of what's expected for the next several weeks. Again, we have another discussion board here. And all you have to do to reply in these discussion boards is just click on the reply button, and then that's available for you to start participating in the discussion. Okay? Once you've posted some sort of reply here, all you have to do is click post to forum. You can add different files if you want. If you really want to contribute to this and you have other links you want to include, you're more than welcome to do so. But all you have to do to reply is just fill in this message here and then hit post to forum. So let's just put test, post to forum. It has been successfully added. Now I can continue. And in this specific activity, what I have done is you have to post something as well as reply to someone before you complete it. Let's put another test on that. Now I encourage you to reply on someone else, not just your own. But once you've completed that, and you've put one post and put one reply, you've completed that unit, and it will submit to me that you've successfully completed that discussion. Every discussion thread is going to be monitored in the same format. I want you to put at least one post and at least one reply. And until you've done that, it won't be marked as completed. So since we've done that, we'll go back to the main course page. Okay. And now you'll see that that has been marked off. You can tell that there are things that you can check off and can't check off just by the fact whether it's grayed out or not. If it's a solid line, you can check it off and say, look, Mr. Sweezy, I've read the research proposal components, so I can check that off. And Mr. Sweezy, I've submitted this research proposal. This one is less as important, as I'll know that you've submitted it when it comes into the inbox. Anyway, that being said, you'll also notice on the side here there are tweets from what I've deemed different tastemakers on Twitter. This is just something that I've set up as an extension activity. You don't have to involve yourself in it, but I put that there as a way for you to create learning communities outside this class. So that's up to you if you want to use that. And what I've done is I found an approved list of web designers and online creators that you can use to sort of dialogue with, hopefully, in a way to extend your learning beyond just this course, if you want to pursue that. you'll notice that you have your own profile settings on the side here. You can change your profile, password. There's messaging system with Moodle where you can message members in this course. And there's notification settings that you can kind of set up as well. And you can put your own email in there. So I would just set these up for whatever you feel best works for you. Let's just go back. Additionally, in your profile settings, you can see any badges that you have. So if you have any badges, those will show up. I've created one badge on the page. You can check that out if you want. And you can also see your own activity report to see if there's anything that is, to see how you have maneuvered through the course. So those are the basic functions and features of Moodle. If you have any further questions, you know how to contact me. And for now, this is Phil Sweezy signing out.